Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Hen, and we back at the Hen's Den. Thank God for waking me up, not just waking me up. Thank God for waking you, everybody up, y'all, on this gorgeous Monday morning. Well, it's lunchtime, y'all. Now, my bad that I'm late, but I've been ripping and running and ripping. But I'm hard right now for right now, alright? So look though, y'all. Appreciate y'all coming back to the den. And like I said on that shot what I made, don't you bed nobody. Topic for this video, had to make a video, y'all. Don't you, me, anybody, don't you bed nobody. Story time on that call. Person that's supposed to be doing that call, you know, everybody money get tired, money get slow. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to put that call off on hold. You know, I made a video, I said probably about a month ago. I said, man, me and one of my partners, we working on it. I know how to put car motors in, but he gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I be tired. And I work, man. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, I be tired, man. So he gonna do it. You know. But anyway, money slowed up or whatever. I told him just hold on. But a couple of weeks ago, I said, hey man, you give me a couple of weeks, everything be back straight. You know what I'm saying? Bet. Well, y'all, this begging. You got people think begging is calling somebody one time or testing somebody one time, and then they say, well, I ain't finna beg nobody. That ain't begging. The reason why, I done heard people say that. The reason why people say, well, I ain't finna call that person anymore because I done called them one time or I done test them one time. That means they didn't want to call that person at all. They didn't want to ask that person at all. But they couldn't find nobody else to do it, so they had to call that person who they know in their heart and soul that they didn't want to call. But they don't know nobody else who to call. That's not begging. That call, you just don't like that person and you hate you had to ask that person. That's what I be saying. People like that, if you know you're going to say some stuff like that, why even call? Who the realer or faker person in that situation right there? That person. Even if you that watching that camera, if I was doing it, if I know I had to call somebody one time or text somebody one time, and if they didn't respond to it, or if they say they got something else to do, I'm gonna say, well, I ain't finna be begging that person. I ain't finna be begging them. How that's begging? In realness, I just hate I had to call that person because I didn't want to call that person. Matter of fact, I don't even like that person because I had to call that person to do something for me. But in reality, I don't like that person. I don't really F with that person. You got a lot of people around here say they don't like or F with the person, but they need the person or want the person to do something for them. That's a whole nother topic. But let me stick to this begging, folks. This is begging what I had to do, what you probably had to do. If I got called over 50 times in 2-3 days, I keep testing you. Ain't nobody that busy in the world. I understand we got this and that going on. One of them phone calls or texts should have got answered and should have got received. I should have to keep calling you over and over, testing you. I'm making myself look bad. Peoples, if you begging somebody, you making yourself look bad. You see how I made myself look bad? I'm begging. I am done begging, peoples, y'all. You just watching. You might know somebody that need to hear this. We are done begging. No more begging. It just is what it is. But I called a dude over 50 times in 2-3 days. Testing, calling. No answer. Then gave him half of the money for doing half of the work. So the other half, I'm just going to get that other half to the shop to let them do it the right way. And they're going to get it in and get it out. That's why I said, I'm done begging. Oh, just ain't for no car. Begging ain't just for that. I'm done begging anybody for anything. If you gotta beg somebody to show you how much they love you, stop begging folks. Stop begging folks for something to eat if you gotta beg for somebody for something to eat. Stop begging for somebody to help. Stop begging, hey, I need to borrow some money. If you gotta keep constantly asking somebody more than 4-5 times, you're begging. If you gotta ask somebody more than 4-5 times, you begging. I just told you how many times I was calling and texting him Man, in 1 week, I probably called that man probably 200 times. Literally. Have I got a phone back? No. I got 1 text back out of 200 calls in a week time. Who begging who? I'm begging him. I mean, I'm not in a position to be begging nobody for nothing at all. You not either. Stop begging. Either they gonna do it or they not. But be a man or a woman, just say, no, I don't want to do it. That's all you gotta say. I don't want to do it. Or if you on the other end, calling somebody that you know you don't want to call and know you ain't keeping it trill and real with, don't call them. Cause you know how ignorant a person sound by saying they begging somebody when they just call somebody one time or text somebody one time, but because they didn't do it right then and there or pick their phone call up, they begging. Now that person just hate they had to call that person who they had to call. That's all what it is. We done begging over here, baby. If you gotta beg somebody to show me how much you love me. Please, you can't show me how much you love. Stop it. You look like the fool. He look like that fool for that whole week. I look like the biggest fool it is. Done begging, done being folk fools. Not just me, you too. Somebody that you know, tell them, stop all that begging, man. Stop all that begging. You gotta keep coming. Please, man, I thought you said you weren't gonna do it. You said you were gonna do it. Why you trying? You said you were gonna do it, man. Come on, man. You see how bad you sound? Depending on somebody. Look, what one monkey won't do, you got 10 more monkeys to do it. You heard me? What one monkey won't do, you got 10 more monkeys to do it. So don't be tripping about that monkey right there. It'll come. Done begging. Begging make you look bad. Begging can make you look like you down bad. That's how it made me look down bad. I'm begging it, man, when I know it's some other people's or a professional shop that can do it. But by me being loyal to somebody, you see what loyalty will get you? Loyalty will get you used, and loyalty will make you look like you a mother effing fool. You know, sometimes, y'all, we can put loyalty in people's in so much where they at when we need them. Or people just think, oh, you know, you help somebody out with some money. That's BS. That bull is. What a hugs it. What a real I love yous it. Huh? When you see somebody with their head down, how can you walk past them and don't say, what's wrong with you? Why you got your head down for? Loyalty will get you effed up. Loyalty will get you used, will get you effed up. You be dumb as hell. But you being it towards somebody who don't deserve it. You feel me? You be real and trill who keeping it real and trill with you. You got a lot of folks out here trying to keep it real and trill, and you know these folks ain't keeping it real and trill with you. But that's the heart you got. Sometimes, y'all, you gotta cover that heart up. Sometimes, y'all, you gotta guard that heart. Huh? Sometimes, y'all, you gotta put alligators around that heart. Make sure ain't nobody gonna get close to that heart. You got to. That begging stuff is out the window. I'm done begging anybody for anything. Love wise, to do something for me wise. Okay, if you don't want to do it, cool, you don't even got to do it. But if somebody else will. It's always somebody else will. Now, I ain't talking about, you know, if you ain't getting no meowing at the house from your wife or something or whatever. I ain't telling you go out there and cheat. I ain't talking about like that. I'm talking about don't be begging nobody on stuff what you know you ain't got to beg. If you know you got to go to work, don't be begging somebody to come pick you up. Find you another way to work. You feel me? If you begging somebody to use their car and you know they don't want you in your car, stop driving their car. Stop being in their car. Stop begging them for their car. Because at the end, you know who getting talked about? You. Me and you. For begging. You know what they say about begging, folks? Ooh, let me go. Nah, they person just gonna beg. Huh? They known for begging. Well, not no more. Don't you beg. I'm not begging. It's almost a new year, 2026. It got, let us see, 3 more years. We done begging, y'all. If that begging stuff. You feel me? I ain't no homeless person. You ain't no homeless person. You ain't no dope head. I ain't no dope head. So quit the begging, all right? It's love. Appreciate you coming back to the den, all right? Bet.